So let's get ready for our exercise. Taking your time just to find your body's supported, comfortable position right now. And being more and more aware of your whole body, present here and now. Being aware of your feet, what they're touching, and the other places where your body's in contact with something. Just resting into that support. Feeling your breathing. And feeling the inner area of your body. Coming in to the inner area that includes your throat, chest, stomach, belly. Arriving within yourself. Pausing to sense how you're feeling good somewhere in your body right now, even a little bit. Something that you have enjoyed recently, a beautiful flower, a walk in nature, a smile from a friend. Letting that come now as a resource as we start our process. You don't have to feel all good, but it's nice to remember that you are resourced. You have some qualities inside you right now of curiosity, peacefulness, even a little bit. Okay? So in this inner area of your body now, remember your big shift plan and the reason you joined this program. What you were longing for and how that is in you now. Right? You've learned more about it since you joined the program. It's developed, it's evolved. Just recalling all that and letting all that come now in your body. My intention, where I'm heading. Take some time for that. Remember, parts of it are still not clear, and that's okay. And the whole thing can be felt, even the unclear bits. Letting that come. All right, now ask yourself, have I already failed? Shocking question. Have I already failed? Okay, so you and I both know that you have not failed because you're here. You're listening to this video. You've shown up today. So you've not already failed. You've not given up. And the only failure is to give up. But you may have thought that you had failed. You may have had the thought, I'm not doing this program right. I'm not getting the results that others are getting. I'm going to be stuck again as I was before. Just being aware that if those thoughts are present for you, if there's a part of you, something in you that might be afraid that it's true, that you have already failed. See, we welcome that. If that's there, if there's a part of you afraid that it's true, that you've already failed, we welcome that so it can be given compassion. Noticing if that's here. And if so, I invite you to turn toward this part of you with gentleness and say to it, something in me is afraid that the truth is I've already failed, and I acknowledge it. I say to it, I'm with you. I hear you. And there's a kind of suffering in that, right? So you might say to it that you sense that it's suffering from this fear that you've already failed. I know this doesn't apply to all of you, but try it out. Something in you may be suffering from the fear that you've already failed, and if so, let it know you sense how painful that is for it. You might even want to tell you more about that, right? You would just hear it. For instance, it may have a list of all the past times that it has labeled failing. Like these are its proof. So you don't have to agree or disagree. Just say to it, I hear how worried you are. And you might invite a sense of what it is more deeply worried about. It's something it's more deeply worried about. Take a bit of time, because this might surprise you, what it's more deeply worried about. You see, there might be something this part of you is worried will happen if you keep going, if you don't give up. That would be tense, or that would feel like more unease, or that would feel like more uncertainty. Everything would still be up in the air. This part might prefer the certainty and peace of just giving up. And you might check if that's so. You see, it might even feel an urge to give up. Just admit you've made a mistake, forget about it, drop out. You might feel the urge to do that, because there might be some kind of relief there. And just notice if you can sense that. Might be a part of us that feels the tension of not knowing whether we'll succeed is worse than the relief of giving up. We don't have to agree or disagree, but if that's here, just let it know you know it's here. You get it. Yeah, that would feel good. That would feel like relief. I hear that. Okay, now assuming this is still you, that you've followed along up till this point, I've got something you might want to do. You might want to let this worried part of you know that you'll be here to give it a hug every time it gets anxious, but that it won't stop you. You are going on. You are not giving up. You are going on. See if that would feel right to say. You are going on. And so let your body, and even if the rest of it didn't apply to you, come back now, to let your body remember what going on feels like. What does going on feel like? And remember the times when you persisted. In any of your past projects in your life. Remember the times when you picked yourself up after getting knocked down. When you had the courage to keep going. And I'm sure that took some courage. You could have given up, but you didn't. There's some times like that, I'm sure. Pausing to let those come. Failure could have stopped you, but it didn't. You went on. Pausing to let those times come up in memory and in your body. Letting your body give you the feeling of what it's like to go on. Picking yourself up and going on makes you a hero. Can you dare to feel that? I invite you to. A hero is someone who goes on when times are hard, when the challenges are tough. So you are at least a hero. A hero is not someone who never fails and who's never afraid, but someone who goes on in spite of failure, in spite of being afraid. You might notice if you have an inner sense of the rightness of that. See if you feel appreciation for yourself, for those times when you went on. Maybe that didn't happen every time, but there were times when you went on. You may go all the way back to learning to walk. You fell down a number of times. You picked yourself up and went on. Maybe you can remember a time when you hit bottom, when you failed by most definitions. And, yeah? Is there something like that that comes to mind? It might have been a dark time. And I'm betting that there was something you received from that. It was some kind of gift, some kind of resource that you now have, that you got from that time of failure. Just pausing to receive that gift. Well, what it was and what it still is that you have as a resource because of that. Okay? That's a big one, so let's take a bit more time. There was a resource, there was a gift that you received from failing, from that dark time of hitting bottom. You received a resource from that you still have today. What? Just pausing to sense that. Let it in, receive it. I can survive even that. Perhaps that's it. I have a strength I didn't know I had. Something like that, maybe. I've learned how to ask for help. Maybe it's that. Just pausing to receive the gift, the resource from the dark time, the time of failure. Okay? Okay, so now, before we stop, take a little time again to remember your big shift project. How you would phrase it or say it now the latest way that you would say it. Let it come again as something that's here for you now. Your intention, what you are going to create this year, this way of being, or this situation that you're going to create this year. And see what you want to say to it. Like, are you willing to say to this project that you're committed to staying with it in spite of failure? That you're committed to picking yourself up and going on for its sake. Yeah? It's important to you. It's important to you. Does it feel right to say to it that it's important to you? Important enough that you'll go on past what seems like failure at first. Are you willing to say that to it? That you're committed to going on with it, to persisting with it, to picking yourself up and going on again. If you fall, if you fail, temporarily. And how does it feel to make that commitment, and how does it feel to receive it from yourself? Taking time to really let that in. And we'll bring this process to a gentle completion, thanking your body, your magnificent body, who's always been there for you. And thanking whatever else you want to thank. As we complete this process for now, letting awareness expand, feeling the room around you. See if you'd like to take some time to make notes. And do write below the video, if you want to, what came for you today. Thank you so much.